People say, oh, well, thinking stuff. The thinking stuff is very important. Thought is the most potent form of energy there is. Thought waves would make are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. Thought makes the laser look puny. The thoughts you think, they're everywhere at the same time. Thought is everywhere. Thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. I had the good fortune of working with Captain Edgar Mitchell. He was the captain of the lunar landing module on one of the Apollo flights. He was doing thought transference exercise with Sherman and Ford here in the southern United States on the other side of the moon. It was written up in a magazine. He was an interesting guy. I took him to Toronto one time for a speaking engagement. There's a funny side to it. We had the whole back was a huge big screen. It was just a shot of the moon, and he was walking back and forth in front of the moon, the man on the moon. And he told the audience, he said, you know, coming back from the moon, he said, I sat and looked out one of the windows, and I could see the earth spinning down there in the darkness. He said, I had a euphoric experience. He said, I thank God for opening the gates of heaven and letting me in just for a few minutes. And I followed him in the program, and I said, you know, I had a similar experience to Captain Mitchell. I too had a euphoric experience. And I thank God for opening the gates of hell and letting me out. we were traveling different directions, you see. But Dawn and Marg's life was never the same, and neither of any of the kids. Now, the obvious answer to why people are stuck, you say, well, they don't have a goal. I used to say that a lot. I don't necessarily believe that anymore. You see, I have a goal. It's written on a card. I carry it in my pocket. I've done that because Hill said to do it for 58 years. Everything I write in the card I get. Now, what happens, you'll get a goal card. When you write the goal card, what you're doing is you're painting a picture with words. That's what Van Gogh said. I dream my painting, and I paint my dream. Well, you build a picture of what you want, and you paint it in words. Now, when I touch the goal card in my pocket, my sensory factor touch is affected. A light message goes screaming through the central nervous system. Whap! It's a group of cells in my brain. They're activated, and the picture of the goal flies on the screen of the mind. Simultaneously with me touching the card, the picture's there. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. That's how you give energy to it. Well, I don't think maybe everybody's got their goal articulated like I have, maybe. A lot of people do. But I think everybody wants something, so you could say that would constitute a goal. They may not focus on it, and they may spend more time thinking of why they can't have it than why they can or how they will, but they do have a goal. I don't think that's where the problem is. That's just where the problem is down here. I don't think the average person knows where they are. We were talking yesterday, and Peter was asking me we were talking about who am I? Let's forget who am I for a moment. Where am I? Don didn't know where he was. Don was stuck. Don was stuck in a factory working overtime just to get by. Never entered his mind if he changed his thinking, his whole world would change. And yet that's been stated by every great thinker all down through history.